Okay, so I'm going to assume that this is working. So welcome to our Tuesday morning meditation. This is a beautiful morning here. We've got a few clouds in the sky and a blue sky. So much greenery for all the life and growth of the spring. So we broadcast every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Our meditation, barring things coming up. So our meditation today is hasten slowly on your journey, finding the balance as we navigate the things of life and that which we have come here to do. Balancing those things is not simple. And sometimes we can be drawn away. Sometimes we have enthusiasm. Sometimes we are at peace. Sometimes we're not. So this meditation may help. So we ask that we just begin to relax and settle into the idea of meditation. So in the first part of our meditation, we are looking to create the conditions within our earthly vehicle that promote the idea of meditation. So concentration, meditation, contemplation. These concepts and ideas are different levels of the meditative process. We may be lucky enough to experience illumination, intuition. So we make ourselves comfortable. And in the West, it's perfectly fine to sit in a chair. It's okay to cross your legs, hold your hands together. Sometimes I keep my feet apart and I'll have my palms open and up to communicate to my earthly vehicle that it is safe. This is my higher mind explaining to my earthly vehicle that it is safe to meditate. And this allows my physical body to relax, my emotions to be calmer, and my mental body to be more still, my physical brain to be more still. And so, in the three worlds of physical, emotional, mental, which represent our planes of experience in this incarnation, what we're trying to do is create peace within our earthly vehicle on these three planes of experience. With the first part of our meditation. And we can deepen our breathing just incrementally so that we breathe deeper down into the abdomen. And we can slow down our breathing. These are all choices we can make whereby we exert a degree of influence and control over our earthly vehicle in a gentle way, in a loving way, not a combative, a conflicting way. So we can use our breath to find the restful little moments in between breaths. If we just pause our breathing, we can actually deepen our relaxation, our calmness, our stillness. And so we're going to use this meditative process to learn a little about hastening slowly, and then further our contemplation the deeper we go into the meditation. So use your breath. Incrementally take it a little deeper until you're influencing your abdomen, and to slow it down. As we find peace, we need less energy. So we can relax and find peace. If you have a lot of trouble relaxing, being calm and still, you may need to focus on these things for longer. And I would suggest if you generally have some difficulty with this, then 10 or 15 minutes every day on just that would be of value to help train your earthly vehicle so that it falls into meditation more easily. And so, as you find peace within the earthly vehicle, which is healing and restorative for it, find your point of awareness. It's probably up in your head somewhere. Note that there is a part of you that is aware, that is using all of your sensory mechanisms within your earthly vehicle to gather information about your experience. Only this point of awareness can be used to contemplate. And so that's what we're going to gently do. So we're going to remain focused on our spiritual journey with a calmness in our body and a peacefulness in our body. So we're going to contemplate as much of life as we wish. while remaining calm and at peace. If your body reacts to something within the meditative contemplation, make a note. Just allow the feeling to be known, and then allow it to just fade away, if it will, without judgment. Just note that it won't hurt you, it won't harm you. You are perfectly safe. So allow your point of awareness to follow my voice. And Father, Mother, God, creator of all things, we do ask for your support and blessings as we undertake this meditation and this contemplation within the meditation. We seek to engage with the nature of our journey. So we are assuming that we are here to evolve, to become something more than we were before, while loving what we already are. Our task as a human, as a life, actually, because all lives are doing the same thing, is to become more conscious and so more capable as a life to experience more. And this can be our greatest contribution to all life everywhere. So we do ask for support and guidance so that we may do the highest good within our meditation. And we invite into our meditation those beings of the light that exist on the higher subplanes of the mental plane and beyond. And that statement there ensures that we don't engage with the glamour and illusion of the earthly planes, place upon which many people can get distracted and sidetracked and led away from their true path, their true intended path, as destined by their soul. So during this meditation, we only are interested in those beings of the light from all the places, times, dimensions, and realms that have as their innate being our highest good held within their living, loving intent. And they do come close. They will emanate love, information, ideas knowledge, wisdom. All that we may detect if we are still, if we are interested, if it is of value to us in this moment. So we welcome these beings as we contemplate, hastening slowly on our journey. Because humans are complex, there are many different places we can go that turn out to be blind alleys or paths of less value to our ultimate destination. We can be drawn away from the path of least resistance as we move towards engaging with, communing with, responding to our soul, and ultimately becoming one with our soul. The longer part of our incarnational journey is spent in some ways blindly searching, testing this path, trying out this idea, living in this way or that way, engaging with these people or those people, engaging with these ideas, these written words. We spend a long time experiencing so that we may experience enough of what is not us to recognize what is us, to experience enough of what I am not so that I may recognize that which I am in the final analysis. Inexorably, we move closer and closer over hundreds of lifetimes. So we experience the highs and the lows of living on an earth where the majority of humans are struggling to find themselves. So at this time in our evolution, many people are getting much closer to realizing to a more complete degree that which they truly are. That which reflects in the three worlds, the earth plane. More, much more of the quality of their soul. Eventually to express almost exclusively that which their soul would express. In an unconditionally loving way, with higher wisdom, non-judgmentally, with no fear, with compassion and inclusiveness for all. These are the qualities of soul. And we're all asked to express these eventually in some field of endeavour which we are eminently suited for. These fields of endeavour will change over many lifetimes, but slowly and inexorably we will find that which we are most beautifully suited to, whether it be teaching, science, religion, environmental work, the world of business or commerce, politics, organizations, any number of fields of endeavor, so that eventually we create a much more beautiful human tapestry than we have been able to create collectively in the past. So our task is to find ourselves. So contemplate. Sometimes on the spiritual journey, people are asleep and don't realize that they are trying to find themselves. This may or may not constitute stagnation for a while. There may be lives on our journey where finding ourselves is not the most important thing, and some degree of expression or karmic balancing is what is required. Only for many, periods of sleepiness in a way only slow down our progress. To contemplate also that being humans, we tend to test out different ends of the spectrum. So there will be lives when people try too hard to become something spiritual. Maybe get deflected onto pathways where some particular mode or method or the expansion of some ability like clairvoyance or clairaudience or channeling or astral travel or something draws them forward. And this may or may not constitute a step forward on their part. For many, these diversions are an experience of engaging with something that we once did, that our soul is not that interested in us doing right at this moment. And there may be a degree of agitation, panic about not being able to do certain things that others can. And so people may try too hard and obsess overly. And this can lead to difficulties that may make our journey to full soul expression take a little longer. There is a sweet spot between the extremes, and contemplate what that might be like. So having a background idea of personal evolution and expressing who we are, just gently nestling in the back of our mind, may be of great value. And to have it there fairly often and to reflect on our experiences in relation to that fairly often. So maintaining a focus, maintaining an awareness that we are here to evolve by finding who we are, our true nature, not the nature that everyone tells us to be, not the nature that others impose upon us, regardless of how kindly that imposition may be delivered, how lovingly that imposition may be passed on. Our task is to find ourselves, our true self, in our own right. So the focus, maintaining a fairly constant focus, can be of great value as long as it doesn't turn into an obsession, doesn't turn into panic when nothing happens for a while. As long as there is enough of it to keep us moving forward. There is this place of poised focus. That can be coupled with patience, sense of allowing things to unfold, sense of being aware that things happen in a cyclic way, that there are times of movement and then there are times of acquiescence and quietness. So this gentle, patient focus on evolving into who we are, finding the nature of our true self. There is a sweet spot. If we can walk that line, that thin path, we may find that we move along our path more expediently, not by trying to run along the path, but by allowing the path to unfold between the obstacles in its own way. Contemplate also that it may take time to understand more about the true nature of the universe, the way that information and intuition, guidance may come to us. It may be that something that we are good at is not reflective of that which our soul would have us do. There's no easy way to find the balance. And so we must trust that balance is there somewhere between sleepiness and overzealousness. That if we find the best path for us as an individual, then the breadcrumbs of guidance will be along there. Hopefully we see them, and that leads us forward. The more we can stay aligned with our true path, the sooner we get places. Only we will find ourselves up blind alleys. So we must be very careful not to hold too much personal pride in being able to pick the right path, for this may hold us on a blind alley for longer than we need to. If we arrogantly think that we know what it is that we are meant to do, that can hold us for longer off the path. To walk this path with interest and awareness, calmness, and with a certain degree of humility that around the next corner may be important information or wisdom that we didn't have before. And this will help open up the path further along. Don't rush past the breadcrumbs, looking for a big neon sign. So hasten slowly on our journey, always looking, always aware, not letting worry or panic force us into running. We find our measured pace, and there will be times when the path is in darkness and we must rest. There'll be times when it opens up ahead of us in full light. We find the breadcrumbs, and we may even spot a neon sign telling us that we are heading the right way. So before the end of the meditation, let us all ask our own personal guides that exist in the higher subplanes of the mental plane and beyond, and definitely not on the earth plane. Let's ask them to bring us as many breadcrumbs as required and commit to looking out for them by being aware, by being gently focused on our own evolution to discover that which we truly are. And we thank those beings of the light that have supported this meditation. And anyone who looks at this meditation in the future, know that we feel your energy. Your energy is here, regardless of when you view this meditation. So talk to your guides often. Stay aware that there is a path for you, and it may look completely different to everyone else's path. In all likelihood, it does. So, Father, Mother God, Creator of all things, the being within which we exist, the being that we constitute an aspect of, we thank you for the opportunity to be in a place and at a time when we may meditate in this way. And we honor the divine in all. Thank you.